न्यूज़ इज दैट देयर वाज एन असुर, उसकी एक भैंस से एक बच्चा हुआ, ठीक है ना, एंड ही वाज वेरी वेरी पावरफुल, हिज नेम वाज महिषासुर, एंड महिषासुर became, you know, very very powerful, he was very arrogant, and he challenged Indra and removed Indra from the throne, and all the three devtas, Brahma, Shankar, as well as Vishnu, were not able to beat him, right? So now they have all been beaten in the battle, and Indra has been beaten in the battle by Mahishasur. He is ruling all over the world. Now what happens is, after the remaining hiding in for so many, they went in for a secret deputation to Brahma and pleaded, how long are we to live in animosity, away from our legitimate worlds and activities? Brahma sympathized with them, but realizing his whole helplessness, led them along to the worlds of Shiva and Vishnu, where the gods recounted Mahesha's atrocities. Vishnu cut them short, saying, this is all known. Every asur who acquires power through the same set of actions of tormenting the gods, encouraging evil, and enjoying the pleasures of the senses. In addition to all this, they are all strong minded, intelligent, and capable of offering arguments to establish that they are righteous and all others are evil minded. असुर की क्या डेफिनेशन है कि ये जब दे एक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ पावर, जैसे यू नो, एंड देन दे आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, वो प्रूव टू यू दैट ओके फाइन दे आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, राइट? तो वो जो है वो कर सकते हैं, तो इसमें ये होता है. They succeed, but as all the gods here are aware, only for a while. Sooner or later, they are overcome. Otherwise, we should still have in our midst Tarka, Ravan, Bhasmasur, and all the other demons that were born. Each one of them capable of putting out the sun. मतलब असुर जो होते हैं आते हैं, but they always lose, you know. नहीं तो हमारे पास सारे चारों ओर जो हैं असुर ही असुर होते हैं. Vishnu's words heartened the gods. He added, now we must think of practical measures. First, remember that Mahisha enjoys a boon in that he can be killed only by a woman. Where is that woman? Are any of her wives good enough for the tasks? They speculated. Brahma said, my spouse Saraswati presides over learning, but I cannot imagine her facing Mahisha in a fight. तो ब्रह्म देवता ने कहा भाई मेरी बीवी तो नहीं लड़ पाएगी, सरस्वती जो है वो तो लर्निंग की देवता है, वो महिषासुर से नहीं लड़ सकती. My wife Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, said Vishnu. Anyone here is free to go and suggest to her that she challenge Mahisha. I know what she will say. Shiva said, my wife Parvati may have the courage, but I doubt if she has the strength. I don't see why we should think of exposing our wives to this risk. इस तरीके का रिस्क में अपनी बीवियों को क्यों डालो भाई? Vishnu remained in contemplation for a while and said, the great source from where we are all derived, the great God. मतलब हम लोग जो हैं सब ईश्वर से आए हैं, है ना, ईश्वर से आए हैं ना. तो the great God, who is timeless and sexless, being neither man nor woman, but both, this is the time to call on this great being to come to our help. ईश्वर से कहो कि हमारी मदद करें. They all prayed intensely to the highest source for help, and grace descended in the form of emanations from the face of each god. From Brahma's face, a blood red one, from Shiva, a dazzling whiteness, and from Vishnu, a dark one. All these three combine to form an effulgent female personality. The three colors sparkling as through a prism. तो ब्रह्म देवता के उससे जो है वो क्या निकला मामा, मतलब ब्लड रेड वन, लाल कलर के वो निकला. फिर शिव के उसमें से क्या थी, एक वाइट कलर का वो निकला, और विष्णु में से एक डार्क कलर का. तीनों कलर मिल करके एक औरत बनी. द देवी, एज शी वाज कॉल्ड, had 18. देवी के 18 आर्म्स थे. The Trinity were dumbstruck by her beauty. The gods showered on her their best weapons and also the rarest of their jewelry. Presently she stood there clad in red robes, crowned with sparkling diadem, and wearing a garland of unfading lotus around her neck. She bore in her arms a mace, scimitar, shield, sword, and lance. An enormous lion stood beside her in readiness to carry on an attack. देवी के 18 हाथ थे और उसके पास अलग अलग तरीके के वेपन्स थे और एक लॉयन जो था उसके साथ था जो कि कभी भी हमला कर सकता था. All the gods were moved to a supreme prayer at the vision before them. The Devi assured them, O gods, fear no more. I am here to end Mahisha's career. Victory and defeat follow in a cycle. No one can claim that he has finally vanquished gods. Gods may suffer defeat temporarily, but God Himself never. God हमेशा नहीं. Now your turn of suffering is over, she cried and laughed happily. The next moment she thought of Mahisha, and her body was convulsed with anger as she uttered a loud challenge. देवी ने जैसे ही महिषा का नाम लिया गुस्से से थर्रा उठी. ठीक है ना. और उन्होंने बोला कि भाई अब तुम्हारे देवताओं तुम्हारे दुख के दिन पूरे खत्म हुए. And she uttered a loud challenge which reverberated through space and shook the worlds. The gods cried victory to you. उन्होंने बोला victory to this thing. All this hubbub reached Mahesa, who cried, Who is making all this noise? ये कौन शोर मचा रहा है? Bring him before me. The asuras under me and dare not create any disturbance, and the gods dare not squeal for being discovered. भाई ये कौन है जो इतना चिल्ला रहा है? असुर तो चिल्ला नहीं सकते मेरे कंट्रोल में, और ये देवताओं की तो औकात नहीं है. मैंने उनको ऐसा डरा के रखा हुआ है. Who is this that dares to make all this roar in this universe? Search him out. His scouts returned to report the earth-shaking roar emanated from a most beautiful damsel. She has 18 arms, and each one of the arms bears a different weapon. Her seat and vehicle in the back of a lion. Her face radiates light. We do not know who she is. We could not glimpse her face for more than a second, as it dazzled us, but that was enough for us to realize that it radiated the purest emotions of joy, anger, wonder, laughter, and compassion. वो औरत जो है वो एक डैमसल है. और उसके चेहरे पर जॉय, एंगर, लाफ्टर और कंपैशन है. Mahesha softened on hearing the description. You babble as if you had been seeing visions after becoming intoxicated. All right, let me see this beauty for myself. He dispatched his messengers, summoned his minister, and said, Go and fetch the woman. Use all your tact and cunning, threats and force and cajoling, and bring her here. इस औरत को महिषासुर ने कहा कि लेके आओ. सारा टैक्ट वैक्ट लेकर के उसको खींच के आओ. I will make her my chief queen. ऐसी सुंदर कन्या को मैं अपनी रानी बनाऊंगा. रानी बनाऊंगा. The minister approached the goddess and said, Our king is the mightiest in all the world. हमारा राजा दुनिया का सबसे ताकतवर है. He loves you and wishes to marry you. If you so desire, he is capable of assuming a human form too. Come with me. चलो, हमारे राजा तुमसे शादी करना चाहते हैं. दुनिया के सबसे ताकतवर राजाओं में से. और अगर चाहें तो इंसान का रूप भी डाल सकते हैं. The goddess replied, I am incarnated to destroy Mahisha. Tell him that he must at once take himself off the netherworld to where he belongs. Let him clear out at once, otherwise I will destroy him. O lady, you are betraying a woman's judgment. How dare you, a mere girl, challenge Mahisha, who heads a formidable army? How foolish you are. He can deal with you with just a wild elephant, would deal with the tender Malati creeper entangled at his feet. Since a king likes you, I'm avoiding harsh words. For the sake of our king, I ask you in all our humility, please come with me and accept him as your lord. You are the minister of a buffalo, and you possess the same intelligence, said the goddess. You remark that I have betrayed a woman's judgment. Are you aware that I am neither man or woman, and that I have assumed this form because of your king's ambition seems to be to die at the hands of a woman? When the time comes, he will have to die. Not all his army can save him. No one has so far been able to avoid death because of an army. The minister reported to Mahisha, I dare not repeat all that the woman said. She seems to be a haughty sort and talks strangely. Whether you should enter into a fight with her or go back to your own nether regions, as she suggests, must be a matter for your own judgment. और कल पढ़ने तुम सो रही हो
नहीं हम थोड़ी देर पढ़ने का था करो
ये बड़ी है थोड़ी सी बड़ी है कल पढ़ लेते हैं फिर
आपको पास से पढ़ लो
पढ़ लेते हैं तुम सो जाओ मम्मा क्योंकि अभी तुम्हें नींद आ रही है ठीक है कल पढ़ लेंगे